The horrifying truth was discovered when a nurse walked into what should have been a simple diaper change and instead witnessed a mother force-feeding her starving 11-week-old baby thick milk mixed with rice cereal, just minutes before a crucial weigh-in that would determine if the infant was thriving. Emma had watched helplessly for weeks as her sister-in-law Julia transformed from a loving friend into a militant stranger obsessed with her breastfeeding journey, while baby Amanda wasted away to the 0.1 percentile for weight. What started as natural concerns about a failing-to-thrive infant had escalated into a nightmare of medical deception, fake mental illness, and child endangerment that would tear their family apart. From the moment Amanda was born, the red flags were glaring. The tiny girl was losing weight instead of gaining, her fragile body shrinking while Julia insisted on exclusive breastfeeding despite clearly insufficient milk supply. When Emma and her mother tried to visit and offer support, Julia banned them entirely, claiming they would poison the baby if they brought food. The isolation was deliberate no witnesses to Amanda's deteriorating condition. The only glimpses of Amanda came through videos Emma's brother sent, each one more heartbreaking than the last. In one devastating clip, the tiny baby writhed and cried, desperately pushing her fists into her mouth, universal signs of hunger, while Julia narrated cheerfully that this was how a happy baby looks with a full belly. When Emma's mother gently suggested supplementing with formula, Julia's response was explosive rage and complete family cutoff. Behind closed doors, Julia was pumping frantically but producing virtually nothing. Amanda had a tongue tie surgically corrected, but it barely helped. Julia resorted to donor milk fed through a tube, but even this wasn't enough to save the starving infant. Yet she persisted with weekly doctor visits, performing an elaborate deception that would soon be exposed in the most shocking way. The truth emerged during what should have been a routine weight check. Emma's brother had brought Julia coffee as usual while she changed Amanda's diaper in the nursing room. But when a nurse entered unexpectedly to discuss paperwork, she discovered Julia frantically feeding Amanda from a bottle containing 150 cc of milk half already consumed, just minutes before the official weigh-in. The nurse was horrified. Julia was supposed to wait until after the weight check to feed Amanda, but here she was stuffing the baby with milk to artificially inflate the scale results. When Emma's brother confronted her, demanding to know why she was bottle feeding when she'd violently refused formula for months, Amanda's tiny body provided the answer. She vomited thick, chunky milk that reeked of deception. The bottle's contents revealed the full scope of Julia's manipulation: milk mixed with rice cereal, a dangerous concoction for such a young infant. She had been force-feeding Amanda before every appointment, creating fake weight gains while the baby actually starved between visits. The medical staff was appalled, and when Julia began throwing objects and screaming that she would feed her baby however and whenever she wants, they immediately ordered Amanda's emergency hospitalization. The blood tests revealed a horror story written in medical data. Amanda's kidneys, liver, and nutritional levels painted a picture of prolonged starvation. Vitamin deficiencies and anemia confirmed what the family had suspected. This baby had been systematically neglected while her mother performed elaborate theater about successful breastfeeding. But Julia's deception ran even deeper. When psychiatrists evaluated her for postpartum depression, she confessed to faking the condition. A friend had told her that pretending to have PPD would make the family leave her alone and give her peace of mind during her breastfeeding obsession. The mental illness was as fraudulent as the weight gains. Confronted with evidence of her dangerous behavior, Julia's true character emerged. When doctors explained that Amanda needed formula to survive, that her failure to thrive status meant life or death, Julia's response was chilling. She would either breastfeed Amanda exclusively or not feed her at all, because the choice was only hers, since Amanda was her baby and nobody else's. The threat to starve her own child if she couldn't breastfeed exclusively forced medical intervention. Julia was involuntarily committed for psychiatric evaluation, leaving Emma's brother to grapple with the reality that his wife had been torturing their daughter for her own twisted satisfaction. Working 14-hour days to support Julia's desire to be a traditional wife, he had trusted her completely while she systematically endangered their child. The confrontation between Emma and Julia before the psychiatric commitment was explosive. Emma finally spoke the truth that Julia had made monsters of concerned family members and that the entire crisis was about Julia's ego, not Amanda's survival. Julia's response was pure venom. She told Emma she should have died in childhood because nobody can love an autistic person. What do you think was the family right to trust Julia's parenting initially? Or should they have intervened sooner? How do you balance respecting a mother's choices with protecting a child's life? Share your thoughts and experiences about family intervention in dangerous situations in the comments below.